morning, and welcome to yet another workshop and Madmods. And in this workshop, we're going to be going over there's some technical reasons. Give me a second. Hello, audio check. 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 Check, check. Hello, check, check. Hello guys, sorry about that. We had a little bit of technical difficulties. I hope I'm audible now. Can I get some feedback in the comments whether or not you guys are able to hear me fine? Okay, perfect, great. So we're going to start off with the website that you will be accessing. First of all, it is play.madmods.world. Okay, so I'm going to drop this in the chat as well. There it is. It's play.madmods.world. Once you're on that site, you'll be greeted with this screen that you're seeing on my screen here. Okay. You likely not have an account already, so it's going to say login. As you can see in my screen as well, I have not logged in currently, so it still says login. Okay. And any questions you have, you should join our Discord. The link to the Discord is pinned at the top of the chat in the YouTube live stream. You should definitely join the Discord for any questions you guys may have. So let's get right into it then. The first thing that we want to do when you're on the play.madmods.world page is you want to log in. Okay, so we click login, and I already have my account created, so I'm directly in the login panel. For those of you who have never used Madmods before, you'll have to go into sign up. You can create an account first, either with Google or with your own email and password. Okay, if you don't have a Gmail account, If you have perhaps some other email provider that you use, you can go ahead and create an email, password, and then sign up. Now, since I already have mine, I'm going to just log in. So once I log in, I see that login is now successful because I'll see my profile icon up top over here. Okay, where it previously said login, it's now going to say uh, it's going to show my profile icon. And if I drop it down, it's going to show me my profile and I can sign out from here as well. So let me just quickly go into my profile and show you what my profile looks like. But uh, you guys' profile will naturally, it's going to be a bit different, and you can you'll probably have lesser coins. If you're creating it for the first time, you're going to have, I think, 200 coins. And then you'll, if you've not created projects before, it'll show 0 projects, but don't worry about it. You can just click the create project button over here, and then you're good to go once again. Okay, it'll just create a brand new project for you, and you can start from scratch. Now you don't always have to start from scratch. Okay, you can also start from a template, which is to say that you can reuse a project that's already been created by someone else, and then you can just start from there as well. So I'll show you quickly how we're going to do that as well. Okay, give me just a minute here. Yeah, so let me show you how to create a new project. If you're going to do that, you click on the new project button over here, and then it's going to uh, open up an empty project, a blank project for you to start from. Okay, we'll give it just a few seconds. It's going to load up a default ground and a default sky. Now that's all changeable. If you go into the scene tab over here on the right top corner, you'll then be able to change your terrain material and also the skybox that you want to use. Okay, from these drop downs, you should be able to change it to a different sky, to a different terrain as well. So this is one way of creating a new project, which is you create it from scratch. There's no objects here to deal with. Now, what's a more interesting way to create a project is, let me just go into the home page. You can find a project that interests you. Let's say, let me try to pick out something over here. A normal practice by Tejas. Someone called Tejas has created this project already. It's just a normal practice project, it says. Sounds good to me. I want to use this as my template and create a project from this. Okay, so I can click this button over here. If you see this purple arrow, but like sort of a circular arrow button over here, that's the remix button. Okay, so if you click the remix project button, it's going to start spinning, and then you give it a few seconds, and what that will do is it'll create a project with the remixed project as the base. Okay, so all of those objects or code or sounds that have been created in that project, they are all going to come into your project, and you start from this base. Okay, now let's see if we can do the same for some other project here as well. Now just to make sure that we have that project, if I go into my profile now, it's going to say my first project is this is something that we've just remixed from. Okay, let me refresh this. Okay, so let's go into the edit of that project that we have just remixed, and let's see what has been built already, right? And then we can start remixing it from there. Okay, they seem to have a building, a few cars. In order to see what these cars do, we can actually see the code for these objects. There's no code here, there's no code there. There's no code in any of these places, but this car over here seems to have some code in it. Let's see what it says. W to move, WASD to move. If we play this, we should be, ooh, very, very, very fast. Okay. So there was some code already, which we played and we checked out very quickly. But yeah, so that's how you basically remix projects. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll just go back into my profile and I'd like to go over a couple of projects that I've already created that I like to show you guys. Okay. So the first one, this one's called Workshop 2. You can find this project on this page by you can just type out workshop. Workshop 2 is the project. If you want to play around with this project, you can simply remix it from this project. Okay, let's give it a few seconds to load up, and then I'll show you a few things that we've done with this project. Okay, now this one was created with a theme in mind. The theme was one of the challenge themes for design championships is treasure hunt, right? So treasure hunts typically have an object to find, and then you have some obstacles that you have to avoid while you find this object. So simple mechanisms that we created with this project, let me show you very quickly, is if I click the play button, then one of these zombies is going to start attacking, right? And we should not let the zombie catch us. If we do, we get sort of driven into the ground, and then we die. Okay, so that happens if you let the zombie catch you. Now I escape. I'm back to where I started it. So how have we done this? Now there's a way to stop that zombie as well, which is if I can shoot at this spinning object here, then the zombie will stop attacking me. Okay, so that's how I neutralize the zombie attack. I shoot at that object, and then the zombie stops attacking me. Okay, so that's the mechanism that we've got. Let me now show you how we've done this, right? So first, let's go into the code for this tank itself. So this tank is able to do a few things. One is it's able to move around. Pressing F is able to shoot objects, shoot a sort of a bomb towards wherever it is that I'm looking, and then it's able to just move around with WASD keys. Okay, and then if you notice, the camera always follows my object, follows my tank wherever I go, right? So that's all part of the code that we've generated / edited for this object. Now let's have a look at that code. So the way to do that is we click the object of interest, which is this tank in this case, and I look at the code. Right now the code says when W is pressed, we move forward at 50 kilometers per hour. We have an animate function here that says camera follow, which simply says look at object named self. Self being the current object, which is the tank itself. When A is pressed, we're rotating left. When S is pressed, we're rotating right. And WASD are the keys to move, okay? And then when F key is pressed, we play the gunshot sound, and then we create an object named ball and apply a force to the ball towards the forward direction. And that's what you see when we press F, which is it's going to shoot that ball forward. Okay, now very simply, if we wanted to change this, let's say I wanted to shoot a different colored ball, very simple to do that. I just go in here and change the color to, let's say I want to change it to yellow. I can simply choose that color, and then we're good to go. Okay, now let's go to this monster over here. This monster seems to be attacking us as soon as we press play. How do we do that? How do we get a zombie to attack us? So the code for this is super simple. You go into the code tab for it. It simply says move self towards tank at a speed of 20 kilometers per hour. Now if we change this to more like 40, you'll notice that when we play, this zombie is going to be attacking us a lot faster. Now I've got to really move a lot faster in order to escape. Okay, oh, I couldn't move. So there we go. got driven into the ground and died. Uh, so let me change the speed back. It sort of sets the difficulty for this game in a way. Now I just have the one zombie here, but obviously you're free to have as many zombies attack you, as you like. Now the second thing about the zombie is that if we shoot this object, this spinning object, then he stops attacking, right? And that is coded with this. When we receive the message hit by ball, we move towards tank at speed 0. If you set the speed of anything to 0, it's going to stop it, right? So that's what we've done here. It says when we receive this message hit by ball. Now, how do we receive this message? We want to receive that message when this object gets hit, right? So let's see what this object does. When the game starts, it starts rotating, right? So it simply says rotate this around y-axis at a speed of 60. So when I hit the play button, if we notice, it's just going to keep rotating it around the y-axis at 60, okay? Now, the second thing that it does is it has this block called send message hit by ball, okay? Now it sends a message which the zombie receives to stop the attack. Now when do we send this message? We send this message when this object collides with a ball. So it collides with a ball when we shoot at it, right? So it's as simple as that. When it gets hit with a ball, it sends a message saying, oh, I'm hit by a ball. And that message is received by the zombie who says, when received message hit by a ball, just simply stop the attack. Okay, it's a very simple code. Now, if we were to generate these things, let's say this code did not exist, right? I just deleted them, and let me show you how you can just generate this code with AI, right? So the first thing that it did was this object was just rotating when we played the game, right? So I go into the create tab and I go into the code tab at the bottom here, okay? So we can generate objects, we can generate code, and we can generate sounds. Now I want to generate a code for this object. So I click that object. It's very important that you click that object, and then we describe in words what we want that object to do, and then it generates the code for it. Now let's see how this goes. I'll simply say automatically rotate this at speed of 60 degrees per second. Okay, and let's hit enter. We wait for a few seconds now. Okay, we give it some time to generate this code, and then okay, there we go. It says valid code generated. It says awesome, I've created an animation loop. This will make your object rotate continuously. Okay, now it turns out when we rotate something at speed, we don't really need it to animate because the speed is already animating it. Okay, so I'm just going to delete the animation loops and then keep just this rotate block over here, and if I hit play now, there you see it rotates. But now what's happened is we no longer have the on object hit. We want to send a message for it to stop, right? So let's quickly do that. I'm going to generate the code for it as well. When this object is hit by ball, send a message that says hit by ball. Okay, and then we wait for it to generate now. We give it a few seconds, and then it says, okay, I've generated that code for you. In order to view it, we simply have to click on this, and there you have it. So when it collides with the ball, or when it's hit with the ball, it says hit by ball, right? And this receives the message hit by ball. Okay, so so there's that. Now a few of the objects around the scene that we have a couple of we have this planet here, and we have that flying saucer there. when we play, these things also are just rotating, as you can see. Now the code for that, as you might have already guessed, is very simple. It simply has one rotate block, okay? And the speed is, for this planet, very small. It's simply 10 kilometers per second, 10 degrees per second, I'm sorry. Right. This is how you can send messages between objects when certain interactions happen with it. You can do all sorts of interesting game mechanisms, such as you can collect coins. So when you collect a coin, you can increase the count of your coins. You can collect different treasure items. These treasure items could be hidden in your world, or they could be made to appear only when you collect a certain number of coins. I leave all of these things up to you and your imagination. Um, anything that you can imagine that you want to do, you should be able to do using these code blocks over here. Okay. Uh, you can also just use the code generation mode over here to just describe it in natural language, and then you just have it. Now, how did we create all of these objects? What we'll do is, I have a few questions. Okay, someone wants to chain reaction as well. Sure, we'll get into that. Um, Now, I just want to quickly show you how you can generate or create these objects. So the way to do that is you go into the create tab once again, and you go into the object tab at the bottom. Okay, and now you will want to describe what it is that you want to generate, right? So let me say treasure chest. Okay, uh, let's hit the generate button. We give it a few seconds once again. Now this time what it does, whenever you're generating an object, the first step that it does is it generates a preview of the object. Okay, it's not a 3D object yet, it is simply an image preview. How do you know this is a preview? Is you see this orange image icon? That means that it is still an image and not really a 3D object yet. If you're happy with how this looks, you can hit the make 3D button, and then it's going to make it into a 3D object. If you want to generate another version of it, you can hit the regenerate button, and it's going to do a different version of a treasure chest, and then you can choose which one you want to make a 3D object. So once again, we give it a few seconds. Now I have two things, two different treasure chests. One looks like this, and the other one looks like that. I like this one better, so I'm going to say make 3D. Once again, we give it a few seconds, wait for it to generate the 3D object, and you'll know once it is ready, because the spinner will stop spinning, and you'll know it's ready. Okay, and this orange image icon will turn into a green cube icon. We'll see that in just a minute as well. Okay, looks like we had a little bit of a problem with that generation, but in any case, it's going to generate that object for you, and it's going to end up here. Okay, so if you can see this here, it now says that it's a 3D object, right? Okay, there we go. It's generated. It took a little bit longer than it usually does this time, but it's usually much faster. Now it's no longer an orange image icon, it's a green cube icon, indicating that this is now a 3D object. Once that is done, you can simply drag and drop this anywhere in your scene like this, and then we give it a few seconds to populate it into your scene like that. Okay, so there's a treasure chest that we have just now created. You can click it, move it around. You can also scale it up and down, rotate it in any direction that you want, like so. And we're just going to leave it there. Okay. Now that we've made a few changes to this, what I want to do is quickly save our progress here. Okay. Make sure that you're saving your progress every time you can, because otherwise chances are you're going to lose your work if you by mistake close the tab, or there's a power outage, whatever it is, you're going to lose your work if you've not saved it. Okay, so I'm going to go into this drop down over here, which is the name of the project. Next to it there's a drop down, and there's a save option. You simply click save, and then you're going to get a notification in the left bottom corner. Currently my own video preview here is covering it, so you won't be able to see it, but it's going to tell you that the project was saved successfully. Okay, so how do we know that this is saved successfully is we can simply go into our profile, and let me first close this, and we have this over here. So if I click on the edit project, it's going to open it up, and hopefully that's going to be the saved project. Let's see. Okay, so it's not actually the saved project here, because you see that we don't actually have that treasure chest that we just created there, right? Now this is because there is some caching going on in my browser. I'll very quickly what I'm going to do is I'll just disable cache and try to reload it, and then it should load it along with that treasure chest object. Okay, you will not be required to do any of these things. I'm just using a little workaround here, because in my machine this is being cached. Okay, right. So moving on, let's go into the other project that I want to show you, um, which is this project here. It's called Brain Rot. I'm going to click on edit and then open it up. Okay. Once again, feel free to remix this project. If you want to find it, you simply go into the home page over here and try to type in Brain Rot, and then you'll be able to find that project. You can simply click on this to remix this project. Okay. In my case, since I was the original author of this project, I'm simply going to click on edit and then wait for the project to open up. Okay, so this project, we have a few things going on. Let me quickly show you some of these things. Um, so what I did here was just make a few of these panels static type physics and then back to dynamic. Okay, so what that lets me do is it just lets me refresh the plates over here so that they're all upright once again. Okay. Okay, so there we have it. Now it's not falling down anymore. Now what we've done with this project is this is to illustrate chain reaction. So the way this project is set up is this object over here, this is going to shoot a ball at these plates and these plates are going to fall like a pack of cards or dominoes. And when this button is hit finally, it's going to shoot a ball upwards. The ball is going to hit this object, and this object is going to move right and hit this tree over here. Okay, so that's a small chain reaction that we are going to set off. Now let's try this. I hit the play button, and I had the F key, or let me try the C key to shoot. Okay, it shoots a ball, and then it shoots a ball upwards, and then that happens. Okay, let me oh boy. Okay, so I had to set up these plates to be a little bit fatter so that they're well balanced. I guess not a great job of having done this, but uh, nonetheless it is sufficient to illustrate the point. I'll just shoot the ball slightly faster, and now if I hit the play button, uh, there. I'll show this to you one more time. What's going to happen is I hit the play button, I shoot a ball, and the ball is going to end up hitting this plate, which will fall on the button, which is going to shoot a ball upwards, and it will hit the spaceship, which will move right and knock this tree down perhaps. Okay, so that is the chain reaction that we are setting off here. Now, how have we done this, right? So first is, how do we shoot this football forward, first of all? So this object here is coded to do just that. It is the same technique that we saw in our previous tank example as well, which is when a key is pressed, we create an object called ball, and then we apply a force to it in the forward direction. Okay, that means that it's just going to shoot that ball forwards. Right, so just because it shoots that ball forward does not mean that it's going to set off that chain reaction. Okay, so what we need for it to actually set off that reaction is for these objects to actually be enabled with physics. Just give me 1 second here. I'm having some trouble with my sorry for these technical difficulties, guys. You should not be facing these issues, but somehow today we are. There seems to be a lag. Okay, slightly better perhaps. Right. So the question is, how do you place brain rot? It's the same as you do any other object. You basically go into the library and you find your object, and then you drag and drop it into the world. But how do you create these brain rot characters? Perhaps the more interesting question. Let me show you. Right. Let's say, can you give me a your favorite brain rot in the comments, please? I'll try to create that for you. Uh, Let me see if we get something in the chats. Not yet. So let's try to just get something here. So Lirili Larila is one of the brain rot characters, right? So if you say we want to generate that and we hit the generate button, what will happen is, okay, tralala, okay. We'll wait for it to generate. The AI has no idea what a Lirili Larila is, right? So it's going to generate something very random. There you go. That's not at all Italian brain rot. So the way to do this is we want to first find an image on Google. Okay, so we're going to let's find an image of this Lirili Larila elephant on Google first. And when you're finding these images, you want to make sure that it's an image that does not have anything else in the background. It's a clean white or a clean black background. Those are the ones that work best. Okay. Let me try to find a nice image. Let's see if this one works. it has sort of a weird outline. I don't want this. Let me try to find something nicer. Okay, this one perhaps, let's see if this works. Okay, but it's a web, I'm not getting the right image format with this. Um, okay, that's a JPEG image against a white background. So what I'll do is I'll save this image first. Okay, now I have that image saved. We can generate objects by typing a text prompt or also an image prompt. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll click this button over here to upload an image and use that as my prompt. Okay, so now if I go in here and select that image and then hit the generate button, it's going to use that image as the preview in order to generate it. Okay, so I'll hit the make 3D button once again and we'll give it a few seconds. So Bombardino Crocodilo is already here and Tung 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 Saho is also already here, and we have a few other characters in there as well. Okay, so now that is that's been generated. Let's see if we can drop that and see what it has actually generated. There you go. It's not bad at all. It's a pretty good tralalero tralala. Although it's given it two shoes at the back, but with a few more regenerations, you should be able to get it just the way you want. So that's how you go about actually creating something from an image reference. Okay. Now let me just perhaps delete these things and I'm just clicking them and deleting them. Okay. So this last one I'm going to keep, and just increase the scale of this slightly so that it maybe balances better. Okay. And now what we'll do is we're going to shoot a ball at this plate. The plate falls down, shoots it up, and then it's going to hit that tree. Okay, there's another mechanism here which I've not covered, which is uh, I have this skateboard over here, if you can see, and pressing the keys 1 starts spinning it. These act as an obstacle for when I shoot the ball. It can actually knock the ball away. Okay, so if I press 2, it's going to spin faster. 3 is going to spin much faster, and 4 is going to spin even faster. Let's see if there's a level 5. There's a level 5. So when I shoot that ball, this is going to act as an obstacle. Okay, so I shot the ball, it hits, the button is triggered, and then it shoots a ball upwards, which goes and knocks down that tree. Okay, now even with this, the core principles remain the same. It's basically that you want to send a message and receive that message in another object. Okay, I'm going to have to reload this game here slightly because I'm facing a little bit of a lag because I'm live streaming as well as playing this. So just bear with me slightly here, guys. Sorry about the technical difficulties once again. Okay, okay, that seems much better. Yeah, so this object here, when it is hit by the ball, it falls down because it is of dynamic type, okay? If it was static, it is not going to fall down at all and it's just going to bounce the ball right back. I leave it at dynamic, and then this object, if you look at the code, it says when it is hit by the last domino, okay? Now if you look at this object and right click, this one will indeed be called the last domino. So when this last domino falls on the button, it's going to create an object called ball2, and it's going to apply a force upwards, meaning it's going to shoot a ball upwards so that it hits this ball. And now when this is hit, it starts moving right. Okay, so that's the chain reaction that it sets off. You're free to create your own chain reactions. It could be all the way as complex as an entire Rube Goldberg machine. Um, so once again, we're going to leave that up to you guys to come up with, excuse me, to come up with your own ideas for what chain reactions you can set off here. Okay. With that, we're going to be opening it up for questions on the chat. Any questions? Anyone's having any trouble with the platform? Please feel free to ask on the chat, and we're going to be responding for another 5-10 minutes here. Okay, so one of the questions that we have is someone's made a game on Unreal Engine. Can they recreate it here? Great question, first of all. Unreal Engine is a desktop-based game engine. It's been out for a really long time. So the things that you can make with Unreal Engine is a lot more complex games. This is completely on the web browser, very easy to use and very easily accessible, even if you don't know coding. This is primarily an AI first game building platform. So the two platforms are not really compatible. Anything that you make here, you cannot take that into Unreal Engine or the other way around. So a game that you make here, it'll be published on the Madmods platform itself. In order to share a game with someone that you've made, you simply click on this share button, and then the link is going to be copied, and I'm going to drop it in the chat over here like that. Okay, so I just dropped it in the chat, and now it's just open for anyone to play. Okay, now other questions? So it seems that a few people are still having a few issues with creating a new world. Okay, let's go over this from step one. First step is you just want to go into your profile page. Right, this is the profile page. And let's say we don't have any of these projects and we want to create a new one. All we have to do is click on the create new project button over here. Okay, this is one way to do it. If you're not on the profile page, and if you're on the home page, which is play.madmods.world, you can create a project by clicking on the start creating button right at the top in the center over here. So let me show you how you do this. You just click on this button, and then you wait for it to just open up a brand new empty project for you. Okay, there we have it, no objects in the scene whatsoever. And also you'll notice that the project name is also empty, right? It simply says project name, which is a placeholder. Now if you want to save this, what you'll do is my first project, for example, and then you'll give it that name, and you'll click the save button. Okay, once that is saved, if you go into your profile page now, my first project will be saved as an empty project. Okay, now with this, you can start creating a new world of your own as well. So before you get started creating your own objects, you can also go into the library and see what other people have already created. Okay, so this is an object that we had previously created. I can drag and drop it into my new project as well. So any objects that have been created, they're all available throughout any other project as well. Okay. Now let's see what some other people have created on here. There is someone's created a garden scene. Okay, so looks interesting. I just drag and drop it into the scene, and then I wait for it to load up, and then I just adjust it how I want it. Okay, so what this allows us to do is I don't have to create every new object myself. There's already a library of about 2000 objects here. You can see it up top in the library panel. About 2,500 objects have already been created by other users, and we can just readily use them in our projects as well. Okay. Now this is interesting because this look at this. This has no blades at all. So these are all you can explore all of these different objects that other people have created, and you can start building your game world with all of. You can just compose your world and build your world with all these different objects. Now that we've done a few changes to this world, what I'll do is I'll save it. But before I save it, let's just big fan of this monster truck. Whoever's created this, I'll just give it some interactivity. So in order to make it move and rotate, I'll simply go into the code generation mode, and I'll type out move slash rotate on WSD keys. Okay. Now when I hit the generate button, I'm going to wait for a few seconds. Once it generates the code, I'm then going to save it. Okay, valid code generated for it. Let's see what that code looks like. This looks good. What I'll do now is hit the save button so that it saves this project with all my progress in there as well. Okay, now this project was saved successfully. And if I refresh my projects, you'll notice the thumbnail has now been updated to my new saved project. Okay, Sheetal has a question. She says she's from Walnut School, and she was told that they can use Unreal Engine to make a game. And now that I've said that you can't make a game in Unreal Engine. So just to clarify, Sheetal, I did not say that you cannot make a game in Unreal Engine. You most definitely can make a game in Unreal Engine. You can also make a game in Unity. You can also make a game on the Madmods platform. But it's just that once you make a game on one platform, you've got to stick with that platform. You can't bring that game over to a different platform. Okay. So if you've already made a game on Unreal Engine, I say stick with it for the competition. Go with it, all the best. But just make sure that you're building your game on one platform. Okay, if Unreal Engine is what you're doing it with, great. Just don't try to bring it onto Madmods or bring a project on Madmods onto Unreal Engine, because that is not cross-compatible. Okay. So, what is the link is one of the questions. So the link that I shared there, guys, is just if you share that link with someone, that's a link to your game. Okay. So as you can see here, it's moving very very slowly, obviously. But this is a game that we just created, right? Uh, and once you share that link, it becomes a game that somebody else can also play. You simply share that link, and then they're able to play it. Okay. So the way to share a link is up top over here. You have this share icon. You click it, a link gets copied, and then you can just simply share it with someone else. Okay. Are there any questions, guys? Sanjeev, please reply. Sanjeev, what was the question? What is this link? Okay. Uh, Sanjeev, if you can just clarify your question once again on the chat. I'm not entirely sure what you're referring to. The link that I just shared is a link to play the game, if that's what you were referring to. But let me know if it was something else. How to make a new world. Okay. Uh, this was a new world that we just created, which is, I can walk you through this once again. You create a project by clicking on this plus button over here. And then once you have a new project, you can simply drag and drop objects into your world from the library. Or you can create new objects by going into the create tab and then generating your own objects. And once you have something that you think is progress that you want to save, you click this drop down and you click the save project. Okay, before saving a project, make sure you're giving it a name, and then it's going to save it into your profile. How to save it? Okay, great question. This is really important, guys. Pay attention here. What you want to do is, there is a drop down over here. If you can see where my mouse is, there's a drop down over here. You click that drop down and you click on save option in that drop down. Okay. Now before you save, you need to give the project a name. Okay, so this is your project name at the left top corner here. I've called it my first project, but you can give it any name that you want and then click the save button. Once you do that, if you go into your profile page, you will be able to see your project. Okay, there it is. Okay, how to make a 3D object from Google Images. Okay, let's do that one more time. First, let's go into this and find something that we want to make an image out of. Okay, so let me see if I can let me take this image. I'm going to save this image to begin with. We want to make sure it's either a JPEG or let's see if this works. Actually, let's see if this works. I'm going to save this image in my downloads folder. And over here, what we want to do is, in the create tab, instead of typing a text prompt, we click on the small image icon over here. Okay, and now this lets us import an image file. So there you see, we've just given it an image as a prompt instead of text. Okay, now the text prompt box over here is going to be disabled because we've already given it an image. And then you hit the generate button. Once you do that, you're going to wait a few seconds and click this make 3D button here once the preview has been generated. Okay, Once again, let's give this a few seconds. Okay, now that that 3D object is ready, we simply drag and drop it anywhere in your scene, and then it's going to create that as a 3D object that you can then start adding code to. You can make it do things interactively, you can place it, rotate, scale, the whole 9 yards. Okay, I'm just going to move this much closer, and yeah. And now that we've made some more progress, which is adding this chimpanzee bananini to our scene, what I'll do is I'll save this once again by I click the drop down. I find the save option, the third option from the drop down, and then I click the save option. Okay, I wait for a few seconds, and on my left bottom corner I'll see project saved successfully. I'll get a notification. Once that happens, just to confirm, I'm going to go back into my profile, and I look at the thumbnail. I can already see that the thumbnail has that chimpanzee Italian brain rot. So I know that my new save has been successfully saved over here. Anytime I come back, I simply click on edit, and then it's going to open up that project. Okay. Now, if you go into the home page, you're going to find projects that other people have created, right? If there are things that you like, you can simply click on this to play that game, and if you like it, you can always just come back down here and click the like button. Okay, so I just liked this project over here. It got 1 like. Let's see. Medaksha has created. Simplysoft has created a project called Medaksha K. I'm going to click the like. I'm going to give her a like. So there you have it, 1 heart. Okay, Myra Agarwal's created one project here. I'll click on the like, gets 2 hearts. Okay, so you can do this for your friends' projects to show them your support and your love. And remixing someone else's project is also a great way to show that you appreciate their work. Okay, so guys, any other questions here? Okay, seems like that's most of the questions that we've got. Guys, what we'll do is we're going to wrap up this session. Please join us on our Discord servers. That's where we're going to be taking these conversations forward. You can ask any questions that you have on our Discord, so that the rest of the community also gets answers to these questions. Okay. Once again, it was a lot of fun doing this workshop, guys. I hope you all had fun as well. All the best for the design championships. Take care. Bye bye.